There are decisions that never feel right, not because they're wrong, but because they hurt. What does it feel like to leave the place that made you who you are? The place that believed in you before anyone else did? The place that watched you grow when you were still just another kid chasing a dream? And then, one day, you choose to walk away. Some people will call you ungrateful. Others will say you've become too ambitious. But maybe they're missing the point, because not everyone who leaves is betraying the place they love. Sometimes, they're simply trying to become the person they were meant to be, and perhaps, that's the real story of Declan Rice. A place called home. Before the world knew him as one of the finest midfielders in football, Declan Rice was just another young boy with a dream. And like many great stories, his didn't begin with success. As a teenager, he was released by Chelsea's academy, a moment that could have convinced him he wasn't good enough. A moment that has ended countless careers before they even began. But instead of giving up, he found a new home, West Ham United, a club that didn't just give him another chance. It gave him a place to grow, to make mistakes, to learn, to fight, week after week, season after season. He earned the respect of everyone around him, not because he was the most gifted player on the pitch, but because he never stopped working. Slowly, West Ham became more than just a football club. It became home, and Declan Rice became one of its own. The decision that changed everything. But every home eventually asks one difficult question. Do you stay, out of loyalty, or do you leave, in pursuit of something greater? This was never just about money. It was never just about trophies. It was about growth. Because sometimes, the place that raises you can no longer take you where you're meant to go. When Declan Rice decided to leave West Ham for Arsenal, many fans felt heartbroken. Some even felt betrayed. But they only saw the decision. They didn't see the sleepless nights behind it. They didn't feel the weight of saying goodbye. Because leaving home is never easy, especially when you truly love it. Comfort is a beautiful prison. Human beings have an interesting habit. We often stay, not because we're happy, but because we're comfortable. Our brains are naturally wired to fear loss more than they desire growth. That's why so many people stay in jobs they no longer enjoy, remain in environments that no longer help them grow, or continue living as a version of themselves they've already outgrown. Declan Rice chose something different. He embraced uncertainty, because deep down, he understood something many people never do. Growth always demands a price, and more often than not, that price is comfort. Loyalty has a cost. Perhaps we've misunderstood what loyalty really means. Loyalty doesn't mean staying forever. Loyalty means giving everything you have while you're there. Declan Rice didn't leave West Ham when things became difficult. He stayed. He led. He fought for the badge. He helped the club create one of the greatest moments in its modern history. Only then did he begin a new chapter. He didn't leave because he stopped loving his home. He left because his home had already fulfilled its purpose. After all, the best parents don't raise children to stay forever. They raise them to one day walk confidently into the world on their own. The crossroads. Maybe you're standing at your own crossroads right now. Should you leave your job, move to another city, start over, or stay, simply because you're afraid of disappointing people? Here's something worth remembering. Not everyone will understand your decision, and that's okay, because people only see your next step. They never experience the battle inside your mind. Just make sure you never leave because of your ego, but never stay, simply because you're afraid. The man you become. Declan Rice reminds us of something beautifully simple. Home isn't meant to hold you back. Home is meant to prepare you. The purpose of home isn't to keep you forever. It's to make you strong enough to leave when the time comes. So if you're afraid of walking away from something that once meant everything, ask yourself one honest question. Am I staying because of love or because of fear? Because sometimes the most painful step you'll ever take becomes the first step toward the life you've always dreamed of. If this story spoke to you, Share it with someone who's standing at their own crossroads. And remember this: courage isn't always about fighting the world. Sometimes, courage is simply having the strength to leave the place that has already finished raising you.